Alhamdulillah wassalatu wassalamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. My dear brothers and my dear sisters, welcome back to Real Talks. Now this is a show for those who don't know.
Is it Real Talks or Real Talk?
Plural singular, innit?
I never put Real Talks. Do you put Real Talks?
No, but we always say Real Talks.
You say Real Talks.
Oh, but you say Real Talk. Okay, khalas.
I mean, it's up to you because we haven't made the logo yet, innit?
Yeah,
so it's whatever you want to do, innit? We can change it.
Inshallah, we'll see what the people say. Anyways, I rhymed again, you know. New show for those who don't know. It's just a coincidence. Okay, anyways, brothers and sisters, this is the show where we, inshallah ta'ala, bring topics which are related to those brothers and sisters who are not practicing, who are far away from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, in an attempt to, inshallah, bring you closer to Allah and, you know, take you away from this lifestyle that, you know, you deem to be fun. But anyways, one of the good things about this show is that it's 12 minutes long, or roughly about that time. Although the last couple of episodes were about 17 minutes long. Khair, inshallah, when you have to say something, it has to be said. Anyways, today's topic is going to be on the issue of New Year's. Now, as we know, 2018 is slowly approaching, or by the time this video has come out, would have approached, or would be actually the day, or the day before. One of those. But anyways.
It will be
the
night before New Year's night.
Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah.
We've got a schedule right there.
Say Allahumma barik.
Allahumma barik.
Okay, anyways. So, people, they go out, they celebrate New Year's. They congratulate people on New Year's. They have New Year's resolutions and all of these New Year's things. We want to kind of bring a light from the Islamic perspective on what does Islam have to say about this kind of celebration and actually celebrations in general. So I'm going to hand it over to Brother Da'waman, inshallah ta'ala, and I'll start the timer.
So that 12 minutes starts now.
Boom.
Alhamdulillah wa salatu wa salamu ala rasulillah amma ba'd. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. So, akhi, basically, the Prophet ﷺ, obviously, he is our role model. He is the one who we were commanded to follow him. Allah said, وَمَا آتَاكُمُ الرَّسُولُ فَخُذُوهُ وَمَا نَهَاكُمْ عَنْهُ فَانْتَهُوا. Anything the Prophet ﷺ gives you, take it. Anything he prohibits you, he says, don't do this, don't do it. So this is the way we will be achieving success. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, he warns us from opposing the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. So if we oppose him, we might be inflicted with a trial and a tribulation, or yusibahum adabun alim, or will be inflicted with a tormenting punishment. So this is not something that we can play around with. We were also told that if we follow the Prophet ﷺ, we will enter into paradise. It will be a proof that we love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So something as little as this issue of celebrating could be an issue between paradise and hellfire, because it will be a proof of whether you follow the Prophet ﷺ or whether you don't take the Prophet ﷺ. You see where I'm coming from? So let's look at the Prophet ﷺ with regards to celebrations. When he came to Medina, as we all know, the Prophet ﷺ lived in Mecca, and then he got driven out of Mecca because of the harm and the persecution and the affliction he was facing. They were trying to kill him, alayhi salatu wasalam. They were murdering his companions in cold blood. So he had to leave, and he went to Medina because the people in Medina said, we're going to take you in. They said, we're going to make you our leader, in the sense where the Prophet is the messenger of Allah. He's going to basically tell them what to do and what not to do, and basically we're going to follow in suit, right? So when the Prophet came to Medina, they were righteous people of khair. Allah praised them in the Quran, and we love them, and they're from the greatest of believers. These people, obviously, in their culture, they had some practices, and the Prophet ﷺ was correcting these practices. The same way we're living here in the UK, and there are some practices that we come into contact with. So we have to, now the Prophet is not here, so we can't, the Prophet's not going to actually come here and say, do this, don't do this, change this, flip this. No, he's not going to do that. But we can bring his sunnah here, the same way the Prophet came to Medina and he was like, checking the situation out and correcting it, the same way we can bring his sunnah here and we can check the situation out and correct it. So when the Prophet ﷺ came to Medina, we found that the people of Medina used to have two festivals that they used to celebrate. 2 days that they used to play in. They used to have festivals, yeah? And the Prophet ﷺ asked them, what are these days? And they said, they explained, these are the days, from Jahiliyyah, from before Islam. Before Islam, we used to have them. So now we're just playing around, we're having a good time. We're getting together, it's a festival.
Yeah.
The Prophet said, Allah has changed these 2 days for you and given you 2 days that are better. It's better. And then he said the day of Adha, which is the day of Eid al-Adha, after Hajj, the Eid after Hajj, and Al-Fitr, the Eid after after Ramadan. Right? So these are 2 days that we were given, and they're better. Now, when a person hears this, you can't argue. You know, people are going to be like, but we just do it for fun. You know, Christmas, stuff for some. Christmas is different. This is shirk now.
Yeah.
It's a celebration of the birth of a god. Yeah? And you're going to celebrate, and the people say, oh, we're just doing it for fun. People say in the comments, previous videos, oh, we're just doing it for fun. Like, already, like, you're doing shirk for fun. That shirk means is the greatest sin. It's the sin that Allah won't forgive. It is to worship other than Allah. So, by celebrating Eid, we're worshipping Allah. You know that, right?
Yeah,
it is worshipping Allah to celebrate Eid. So celebrate in a religious festival is an act of worship. So celebrating in Christmas is an act of worship, and it's specifically worship of a God that is born, that is the Son of God, that is worship besides God. That's already problematic. But let's just say, for argument's sake, it had nothing to do with shirk, and you were just doing it for fun. But then the companions were doing it for fun too. They would say, we're just having a good time, we're just getting the family together, we're just having a good time, we're just having special food, we're just doing it for fun. And the Prophet said, no, right? These are 2 days that Allah has replaced with 2 days that are better. Why don't we do that for those days? Do you understand where I'm coming from?
That's true.
That doesn't mean you can't get together on any other day and have fun and crack joke with your family, but then don't do it on these days. So that's the first reason that we would say that celebrating the New Year's is not permissible, because we were only given 2 celebrations, 2 festivals. The second reason is because a person might say, okay, I'm not going to celebrate the New Year's. Might say, I'm not going to celebrate the New Year's. You know, I'm not going to hand out New Year's cards. I'm not get fireworks. I'm not going to go out. I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do that. I just want to get together with my boys and have fun. Like, you know, it's a day off. We're going to say, if that's the case, then still don't do it, inshallah, because you don't want to be imitating the kuffar. The Prophet told us, "Man tashabbaha biqawmin fahuwa minhum." Anyone who imitates the people is from them. So then, if you was to see a person driving by 2 houses, one house, they're having a New Year celebration. They're intending it to be a New Year celebration. So the family gets together, they have dinner, they have fireworks, they do this, they do that. And they're intending to have New Year's celebration. The other house you drive by is a Muslim family who says, we're not intending New Year's right now, to be honest. We're just making use of the opportunity. We're just getting together with our friends and family. But if someone was to drive by and look through the window, even though he shouldn't be looking through the window, but if he was, would it not look the same? So this is called imitation now. You're imitating the kuffar, right? The Prophet ﷺ, he combed his hair one way, and when he found that the Jews comb it that way, he changed it, saying, I don't want to be like them. Imagine, is he intending to be like the Jews? No, but he heard, okay, this is if it looks like the Jews, I don't want to do it. The Prophet ﷺ said, they eat with their left hand, you eat with your right. He said, they shave the beard and they grow the moustache, you trim the moustache, you grow the beard. Why? We were told to grow the beard just so we don't look like them. So we don't look like them.
You know, this is a big issue that a lot of us are facing now as well, is the issue of, you know, love and hate and not getting the right sort of balance in this. Because the thing is, we need to understand, as Muslims, we're you know, honoured, we're blessed to be Muslims. So with that blessing that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given us, we have to make sure that we're doing the right things, which means that following the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as you said, and also staying away from that which Allah does not like in every single situation. So, for example, being able to differentiate yourself from the non-Muslims, do it as much as you can, because that's pleasing to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.
Allah loves it when you're different to them.
And you know why? Because, look, for example, because people might say, oh, but that's a bit extreme, this, that, and the other. But the thing is, they're not copying you. That's the first thing. They're proud of their kufr and their shirk. Okay, they're proud of that. So why are you shying away from that which is the truth? And this is a problem that a lot of us have, that we have the truth with us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has blessed us with that which is, you know, upon correctness and whatnot. Why are you taking that and now making it seem like it's nothing and that it's little, and, you know, people are going to ridicule us and whatnot? They're going to ridicule you anyways. But you have something which is a treasure, which is Islam. So don't shy away and be like, oh, but, you know, I don't want to be strange and whatnot. Because the Prophet ﷺ said, you know, glad tidings to the strangers. So if that's the Prophet who we claim to love telling us this, sallallahu alayhi wasallam, then this claim should be backed up through the actions that we're doing. And that means every single action. It doesn't mean what you believe and what you don't, because some wisdoms may not come to us because our intellect isn't, you know, it's limited. But just because you don't have the wisdom in behind doing this doesn't mean that you don't do it. Rasulullah said so, khalas.
100%.
I hear and obey. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said so, I hear and obey. And this is the characteristics of a mu'min. This is the characteristics of the believer. And inshallah ta'ala we, want to be believers, and we inshallah ta'ala are believers, and inshallah ta'ala, through this we will get Jannah by obeying Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because sometimes, when we're talking about these topics, people tend to kind of get that perception that, it's me and you, and who are we? But rather, it's not me and Brother Imran, it's Allah and the Messenger sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Because none of this is from ourselves. So, you can verify it, you can go out. But at the end of the day, you're going to come back to the same solution, which is you shouldn't be doing these things. Rather, it's haram for you to do these things. And that's one thing people find hard to kind of...
to get it, yeah. But I'll give you guys an example of how we kind of try and implement this issue of like not following the kuffar in their days, yeah? Although, look, there's the issue of the weekend, yeah? So obviously we have a team. We have a team of brothers, they work, we have the media team, we have the graphics team, we have the admin team, all of this, all of the stuff that we do, the data stuff that we do, it's not as simple as just literally switching on a camera and recording. I probably do the least amount of work. It's everyone else behind the scenes that makes it all run, the events and everything. So we have a full team. So obviously we have a weekend, we give everyone 2 days off a week, but we don't do Saturday, Sunday. Saturday, Sunday is not a weekend. Everyone's weekend is Friday and Saturday. Friday's because of Jummah, right? So we give you the whole day off, and we give you Saturday off, and Sunday you're back at work. Sunday, look, the day of the Jews is what? Saturday. The day of the Christians is Sunday. Do you understand? So we said, okay, no, Friday is our day, so we're going to make the weekend revolve around that. When it comes to holidays like Christmas, you better believe you're going to be at work. In fact, we're recording this on Christmas Day. It's Christmas Day today.
Yeah.
We're at work. The team's at work. Do you understand? There's no transport. We make sure we get to work. And what do? In Ramadan, we give everyone 10 days off. The last 10 days of Ramadan, or if it's 9 days, we give it off. And this is our religion. So we have our own calendar. We have our own system. So we give them the last 10 days of Ramadan off. When it comes to the Eid, they get 5 days off. And then on top of that, they have the annual leave as well. So I'm saying, now obviously I have the ability to do that. Do you understand? You might not have the ability because you may work under someone who's necessitating you to follow a particular order, no problem. But then wherever you do have control, try to oppose them. When I say oppose them, meaning don't imitate them, don't be like them, try and do your own thing. Because remember, you're Muslims. You're Muslims, we should want to be different. That's the whole point. When they look at us, they think, it got to the point actually with the Jews, they turned around and they said to the Prophet ﷺ, because obviously the Jews, they fast on Ashura, right? Yawm al-Ashura, the 10th of Muharram, right? So the Prophet ﷺ said, if I do it, I'm going to fast the 9th and the 10th. Which is the day before and on the day. Just because he's like, I don't want to be like them. Because he wants to oppose them, right? So the Jews, they when they heard all of this, they were like, all Muhammad wants to do is oppose us. Wallah, it's true. It's true. Yeah. You understand? We don't want to be like them. And do you know what it comes down to, Akhi? The issue of imitating. How much time do we have left?
We've got I think 2 minutes. Yeah, about 1.
Okay, so let me round up. So the issue of imitating, what it comes down to at the end of the day is an issue of love and hate.
Love and hate, yeah.
That's what it comes down to. You cannot imitate someone if you don't love them. You can't imitate someone unless you love them. You understand? You love the footballer, so you try to be like him. You love the artist, so you try to dress like him. You love his music. You love him, so you listen to his music. But imagine there was an artist every day, he made a diss track about your mum. Could you listen to him? But then these artists are making diss tracks about Allah. And maybe not directly, but indirectly. The fact that they are kuffar and every day they are talking about kufr and sin and all this, they are insulting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. They're insulting His legislation, insulting the commands and the prohibitions of Allah. That football player on the pitch, every time he scores a goal, he does the cross thing. You know the cross thing that the Christians do. And you're there, you've got his jersey, his shirt, and you've got his posters, and you're telling me, yeah, that's my favorite. Some of these football players, like that Don, what's his name? The Don who supports the Zionists.
Allahu Alam.
He's one of the best players in the world. Messi, yeah, is that him, yeah? He supports Zionists or something.
I don't know. Like,
there's one of them, I can't remember. There's one of them who supports like Israel and Zionists against Palestine. And you got Muslims, like practicing Muslims. They're like, yeah, look at this guy, he's sick. I think it might be Messi still. I'm not sure. I don't know these people too tough. But the point is that like it's just all coming from a place of love. But we were commanded what? To hate the kufr. What can one to hate this, right? And Ibn Taymiyyah rahimahullah, he mentioned in his book Iqtida' Sirat al-Mustaqim that when you imitate them from the outer, it necessitates that your heart's already affected. You have a love inside. You have a love for them inside. He goes, over time, the love will change for them towards the love for the kufr. And you could leave Islam. Wallahi, a lot of people do that. So that's why we have to be separate. Like, how can you love someone? Wallahi, how can you love someone? His existence is a disobedience to Allah. And you want to be like him.
You know, a statement kind of that sums it up is, how can you claim to love the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam but you participate in that which he hates?
Sahih.
And how can you claim to love Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala when you participate in that which he prohibited?
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, that's...
So saying I love my mum, but I'm not going to do... I'm going to do everything she doesn't want me to do.
Yeah.
I love my mum, but I'm not going to listen to her when she tells me what time to do. You don't love her, you're causing her pain.
Yeah, exactly.
So, should we wrap it up?
No.
But just to let you know, before we end the show, inshallah, we have something online called the Knowledge College. The Knowledge College is an online Islamic studies institute where you guys can learn more about your religion. Some of you probably listening thinking, wow, that was interesting, I didn't know. You know, inshallah ta'ala, if you found it interesting, then go to the link below, check out the website, because you could actually start studying Islam online, and that way you will grow yourself, and you won't need people like us to tell you these things. You inshallah ta'ala will one day become an independent student of knowledge, inshallah ta'ala. So go to the link below, check it out. Hopefully we see you on the other side of the Knowledge College. Assalamu alaikum. Make sure you like the video and leave some comments below.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah.